Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, but just a quick aside before I do. Don't forget to check out my website for lots and lots of online classes, lots of content. There's a subscription element that you can look at as well, a monthly subscription. There's lots and lots of products on there, digital downloads and free content as well. So that's artjournallove.com. So here we go, playing with some of Dina's brand new release in the small craft journal. And I'm starting off using raspberry, sapphire and mustard. And I'm going to put all those three colours onto my brush and then swipe them across my page. I have to be honest, this is one of my favourite ways to get colour onto my page. I think it creates a really fun background. It's a way to see how the colours blend with each other. And you can see that's just like it's so easy. It's such an easy way to start. That blank page is already gone. So then what I wanted to do, bizarrely, is push that background away a little bit. So I'm starting to go in with some lighter colours, mixing sapphire here with white. So I'm not really introducing new colours, just lighter shades of the colours that are already there, and bringing some more patterns over the top. So this is raspberry with white. You can see create really pretty colours. So that first stencil was lattice. That one I've just used is called Pieces. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called. And then I've got a bit of paint left in my blending sponge, so I'm just pulling that around the edges of my page. You see that creates that really nice sort of soft haze. And then I decided I would use a bit of white. So you can see, although those stripes were really bright and bold, I've already kind of calmed that down a little bit by adding those layers over the top. And gradually making those lighter and lighter, and that has the effect of pulling those lighter layers forwards and pushing the other ones into the background as well, so that way you can create that bit of depth with your page. So then just because I've got some white paint left, I'm just adding a few splatters as well. I love that effect. I think it's one of my favourite techniques, along with swiping paint across the journal. So next I'm going to add some stamping. This is in fact one of my stamps. It's called Shoot for the Stars, and it's got really small text on. I love it for adding a little bit of kind of background depth to a page. And this is one of the transparencies from Dina's new release, I think from the Focal set 1. This fabulous lady with butterflies in her hair, and I just kind of thought she's perfect for just stretching that image out across my page. So I'm just carefully trimming round, and then I'm going to stick it in place using some ultra thick gel medium, just to make sure that sticks in nicely. That works brilliantly for sticking transparencies in to the journal, and I have to be honest, I've not had any come out that I've stuck in using Dina's ultra thick gel medium. It really is very effective. Also, occasionally I will use staples too, and I think if I want to be absolutely certain, then I will use staples as well. So I think I'm obviously watching something while I'm doing this because I'm a little bit distracted here. Sorry about that. Yeah, so she's cut out, and you can see how she's going to really pop out from the background. So the only thing I'm going to do first is just add a little bit of white behind her face, just to help that stand out a bit more, because I didn't really want the background colours popping through. Then I'm using one of Dina's smaller brushes and some black gesso, just to pull that hair across the page and get some kind of lines of movement of the hair. And then I'm going to go in and add some more butterflies. So I'm just lifting the transparency so that I can pull those lines under. I'm so sorry, my hand's in the way. I can pull those lines underneath here, just so that it joins on a bit more seamlessly than just adding them onto the side. I want it to have that kind of continuous feel. So you can see that I've achieved that by just lifting the transparency. And the thing is that gesso is wet. It will also help the transparency to stick in place too. Okay, so I've got my basic outline here, and then I'm just going to go in and just add some more lines of movement for her hair. I don't want to create it too dense, because on the transparency image it really isn't too dense at all. I really do need to remember when I'm painting that actually it would be helpful for you to see what I'm doing rather than my hand be in the way. So I need to try and fix that, so apologies. I'm just basically continuing with the movement of those lines and pulling them across the page. So you can see I've not disappeared all the background, and then I've just grabbed a thinner brush and I'm just going in and adding some thinner lines. So I've just got a bit of variety with the lines that are there, just to kind of try and help it marry together. And then I'm using this tiny brush and I am just painting in some ideas of butterflies, so like 2 blobs on one side, 2 on the other, and then a little line down the middle. As simple as that. Different sizes in different places, just so that it connects with what was already on the transparency. And this is something that's really fun to do, is to take an image and pull it out onto your page. You can find that, you know, you're practicing colour matching. You are looking at the style of the image that you're using and what techniques can you use to replicate it. And it's something that I really like to do. I think it's lots of fun because it gives you a really good starting point and you're not kind of thinking, well, what am I going to do with this? So I'm just pulling those butterflies across the page just so that they move all the way along, and it just helps it all marry together. So at this glance here, where you can't see the shine on the transparency, you wouldn't kind of know that that was there first. Only when the light catches it and you see it kind of reflecting the light, then you know that there's a bit of transparency there. But yeah, it's lots of fun to do. If you've not had a go at taking an image, even if it's not from a transparency, and pulling it out and trying to extend it, it's lots of fun to practice. So once I'd finished adding on all the butterflies that I wanted, then I did a bit of stamping with my favourite dotty stamp. So I like to use this to just kind of help my images where they meet the edge of the page. It just kind of, for me, it helps to make them blend a bit more. I don't know, it just kind of helps the edges feel more part of the journal page. I think you're just creating that little bit of mark making where your images touch the edge of your page can just help to bring that cohesiveness together. And then I wanted to lift the hair a little bit, so I felt it needed a bit of contrast. So now I'm going in with a white Posca pen. You can see I'm holding it quite loosely, and I've even turned it upside down, just so that I'm not focusing too much. And I'm pulling those lines over the transparency as well. So this is another way that you can make an image that you've taken from somewhere else fit, is to bring your work over the top of it too, and that will help it to kind of knit together. Then a loose border around my page. Sometimes this is a nice thing to do. It can just help that page feel a little bit more finished, and I think particularly because I've got those black lines going to the edge of my page as well, this was a really good way to get that finished feel for the edges. Oh, and then I drew some black lines. My hand's in the way again, so sorry. Drew some black lines across the hair too. Yeah, really enjoyed playing with this image, and some of the images in the focal set one, they're just so fabulous, really lovely and diverse. So this is from the typography set one, from the new release. Loads and loads of words, perfect for cutting out for quotes. So I found some words that I liked and I cut those out and then added them to my page. So I didn't want my words to disappear, And you're going to think this is a really bizarre thing to do, but I decided I would just draw some white lines where my text was going to go. And that would just help those words just pop out a little bit from the background. It's almost like they're on a piece of white card or white paper. And I think it would have been okay to put them on the background, but there was quite a lot of other things going on and I didn't want them to get just to disappear. So by doing this, I've kind of created that little quiet space for those words to sit. And I just found some words that kind of spoke to me in that moment. So I've just used a bit of PVA glue to stick those down. And then I decided I'd grab the Stoked gloss and just add some pink splatters over the top, because that's a really nice way to finish and it looks really cool. So this was lots of fun to create with. I think when you guys get your hands on this new release from Dina, you're going to love it. So much fun. It works so well with the things that she's already released, as is always the way. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope to see you all again soon.